All right, good morning to you. This is the February 2nd edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. We'll talk about what's ahead for the next week or so and take a look at some long-range thoughts as well as this edition of the video rolls along. There's a look at the Greensboro Tower camera just after 5 a.m. today. Pretty quiet start to the day. We'll look down to the Queen City of Charlotte, over toward Bank of America Stadium, home of the Carolina Panthers. Temperature in Charlotte, as I cut the video, 49. Pretty light wind across the region this morning. Pretty quiet morning overall. There are some showers in the mountains, which I'll show you in a second. Pretty big spread from right around the Virginia border to areas further to the south in terms of our high temperatures yesterday. Look at all the 70s across really a lot of the region. Now, it was only 50s up near the Virginia border, places like Mount Airy and Reidsville, only in the 50s, but Burlington 71, Lexington 73, Charlotte all the way up yesterday to 73, 74 in Wadesboro and Rockingham. It was, for most of the region, just an exceedingly nice spring fever inducing kind of day across the region to start off the month of February. Now, on the radar this morning, again, I mentioned some showers in the mountains. Pretty light stuff, but some rain falling in part to the North Carolina mountains, then back from there into Tennessee, North Alabama, and Mississippi, and then back into parts of Arkansas as well. That's basically behind a frontal boundary, which is working its way through our region. That'll return us to some cooler weather over the next 24 to 48 hours. Temperatures right now look like that in the Carolinas. Still pretty mild across the southern tier of the country, but this cooler air is bleeding our way. It's much cooler off to the north of us there in the parts of the Ohio Valley, and then really cold over the northern plains. And we will have temperatures that will run below average tomorrow, and then especially over the weekend. And then temperatures back up and then back down again next week. I'll show you that in just a second. All right, here we go. Today, frontal boundary working southward, so some clouds, especially this morning, then a clearing trend from north to south late today. Here's what we're going with for our Thursday highs around the region. Still above average, but a lot of us, at least in North Carolina, not as warm as what we had yesterday. Now, as we get into tomorrow, that next area of low pressure approaches, and I think late tonight into tomorrow, a few showers a possibility, mainly tomorrow morning, before that low pressure departs. And say I-40 corridor-ish, thereabouts. Could be a couple sleet pellets or snow flurries mixed in, but just not enough precipitation to be a big deal. There's our Friday highs, though, turning much cooler. Saturday will feature plenty of sunshine with that high pressure pretty much right overhead. And Saturday highs, in spite of that sun, pretty chilly. So it's going to be a pretty chilly go of it on Saturday. Sunday still pretty cool as well. I'll show you the precipitation chances with that next system Sunday in just a second. Look this morning from Beech Mountain, atop Beech Mountain, from the Beech Mountain Parkway cam. Some wet roadways with a couple of those mountain showers, 39 degrees there. And here's the updated ski resort information. Not bad. If you would like to head up that way here as we move through the course of the next several days. Now, let me show you what it looks like on the higher resolution modeling. This is the European today. There's our system moving in tomorrow. A little trough pushing that low pressure through. Next system moving in a much weakened state Sunday, and then much stronger system by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, followed by some chilly air, pretty chilly air late in the week next week. Now, here's the Canadian model solution for early tomorrow morning, and just enough precipitation around that will mention the chance of a couple showers and maybe, again, a wet snowflake or a sleet pellet, but not a very big deal. Here we go Sunday morning. Again, this is the Canadian model. Daybreak Sunday, and then into the first half of the day Sunday, a quick hitting chance of a couple showers. Maybe, if it gets in there early enough, again, a sleet pellet or a snow flurry, but just not a huge deal. On the GFS computer model, here we go with tomorrow morning. This is, again, a quick hitting shot of very light precipitation. Now we get out to Saturday, cold and dry. Sunday, the GFS has gone essentially dry now, and the European is much the same. This is Sunday morning on the GFS, just not much happening with the latest run of that particular model. Down the road, all right, Monday, quiet, and then here's that next trough approaching, so later Tuesday into Wednesday, the next chance of some showers rolls on in. Now, longer range thoughts. The Canadian ensembles, tool I like in the winter, showing a pretty good shot of cold air as we get toward the end of next week. And then as we get toward the period after that, the ensembles actually want to warm things up just a bit thereafter. Now that's interesting because if you look at some of the indices here, let me show you. This is the European model Arctic oscillation. It goes decently negative as you get toward the second week of February. The NAO also going negative toward the second week of February, and something that hasn't happened much, the PNA, the Pacific North America Oscillation, going positive, which indicates a West Coast ridge, East Coast trough, generally speaking. And the GFS ensembles with the PNA much the same as you get deeper into the month of February. So it's interesting that you're not seeing a lot of true response on some of the model data with what you would expect with those type of indices, but I have a hunch you might see this trend towards some colder patterns showing up on the actual modeling maps as we get through the next several model cycles, and we'll see. We'll see how this plays out a little bit later on in the month. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.